So I've got a surprise for you guys today.
We doing a thing?
What were you doing down there?
Nothing. Hi guys.
I've had better.
Jump cuts.
What is it called? Your trash panda? Yeah, trash panda. She's a trash panda today. Does that offend you?
Is that offensive? I can't tell if that's offensive.
Hey there, Internet Best Buddies. Welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm Ray, and today we got special guest Enrique. And today we're going to be doing another discussion video about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Volume 2.
Volume 2.
There's a pause button now?
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh! So, I mean, if you want to read it.
No, we're good.
Huh, I'll read it? Cool, alright. So Star-Lord and the rest of the Guardians have been traveling the galaxy, completing odd jobs here and there, until Rocket decides to steal some batteries from these golden aliens that just hired them to protect the batteries from another giant alien. Hunted by both these aliens and the Ravagers, who have just mutinied against Yondu and have him trapped in his own ship, the crew meets up with a celestial being claiming to be Star-Lord's papa, and hilarity ensues.
And not hilarity.
Yeah, no, there's some deep stuff in this one. So what we're going to do for this review is we're going to talk about a few points, and then at a certain point, there's going to be a spoiler tag probably right here, and that's when you know we're talking about spoiler stuff, so you can just mute the video. And then when that goes away, we will be done talking about spoilers. So overall, the story. Naturally, everyone's going to want to compare this to the first movie.
Oh, of course.
Rightfully so. I think it's better and worse in some areas. There's like a big trade-off because I think it's a lot better of like a character building movie.
Yes.
But as just an overall story, it's okay. It's not really bad or anything like that, but it definitely doesn't live up to the kind of pacing and the cohesion of the original film, which I absolutely love that movie.
Yeah, the original film I thought was fantastic. But this one is definitely building a lot more character, a lot more backplot with a lot of them. The pace seemed a lot slower to have these stories build and each character, kind of interact with one another. I mean, there's still jokes the whole way through. You're not going to get bored or think it's a DC movie.
Check it out. I think Drax has a few too many jokes.
Yeah.
And at weird points.
Yeah. I mean, Drax can be funny in the fact that...
Oh, absolutely. He has great lines, like the, it hurts my nipples line.
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic, and they keep bringing that back, but there were some moments where they would be in the middle of combat, like especially when the golden aliens are first attacking them, and they're doing a lot of cuts back and forth, and one of them they just do like a cut to Drax just for a joke.
Yeah.
And then I thought they didn't really need to do that, so some things like that just irritated me. Not even irritated me.
The one thing I do say about this story is that it's fairly predictable. I mean, you're going to realize who the bad guy is fairly quickly.
There's definitely two sets of antagonists, and that's the aforementioned golden aliens, which you've seen in the trailers, and the Ravagers, which do mutiny against Yondu due to some backstory stuff. I've seen a couple reviews, and a lot of people don't seem to like the golden aliens. I thought they were okay, and they served their purpose.
Yeah, they weren't focused on too much to take away from like the actual real antagonist, but they did help. They provided the general plot.
They provided the general plot. I would say that they were more not antagonists, but they were more of like a kind of like a pushing force to kind of push the movie along, and it was necessary. I mean, and then we get the Ravagers, which are kind of a much cooler antagonistic force, just for the story that they have going on.
Yeah.
Taserface is dumb, though. I think they focused on it enough, but I mean, cast was all good. I loved everyone in it. I think they're all good. As each of them.
I think I get it. Baby Groot is a selling point for a lot of the.
He's a big selling point in this movie.
Big selling point for toys for the girls that are watching that their boyfriends like make them come along and stuff. But I think they focus a little too much on how
cute he is?
How cute
there were some moments like...
And how dumb they make him.
Yeah. Well, you know that he's not supposed to remember anything from adult Groot, right?
Oh, well, yeah, I would assume.
He didn't know that, I guess.
I didn't.
No, like, his mind is completely wiped, which is why Rocket's and his relationship is entirely different. I kind of like the reasoning for... They do split them off into two groups. I like the reasoning for that. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Although Rocket being super pissed at, like, Quill... or Star-Lord, if you don't know that. I thought that was a little weird. Like, I didn't fully understand, like, when they were separating, like, they were super pissed at each other.
Yeah.
And I didn't fully understand that, but I get that he calls him a trash panda.
Don't call me a raccoon. Fine, trash panda. Is that worse?
It's much worse. I've also heard some people complain about
Nebula?
Nebula, how she's like constantly doing like her kind of like, which I think it was as bad as people were kind of like hyping it up to be. Or not hyping it up, but they were just, it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. It was okay. I really like hers and Gamora's backstory though.
Yeah, her and Gamora's backstory is great, but yeah, she's just mad for way too long, the whole way through the movie. I mean, I get it.
Probably because Thanos ripped out her brain and her eye and her arm.
Yeah, that gets dark.
So did I. Sylvester Stallone. A lot of people don't know he's in the movie, but he is in the movie.
Yeah.
His roles.
But a part.
I think they're bringing him back for the third one, even though they're clearly setting up for another character to come back, or not come back, but to be introduced. But I think it's a little more than a cameo. I mean, he gets like a head billing.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah,
oh my! Shut your mouth for a second. Oh my God! Speaking of DC and how great it is, Michael Rosenbaum's in the movie. Remember him? He played Lex Luthor in Smallville.
No one remembers. No one knows.
Michael Rosenbaum's great. He played the Flash in the Justice League cartoons. I like the music they chose.
The music was good.
It was good. My biggest problem with the music, first of all, the intro music was fantastic. The intro focuses on Baby Groot.
Yes.
And he does like the thing where he puts first he like misses like 3 times. He puts it together where the music starts playing. And then the whole intro is him just dancing around, and then you see the alien that they're protecting the batteries from for the golden aliens. All of that's just going on in the background. And you're seeing just all of it happen around Groot. But no, I'm really glad they did that instead of showing us the fight between the Guardians and the giant alien.
Yeah.
As much. I mean, they do show it a lot, but they didn't really focus on it.
Yeah, they don't focus on it at all. Basically, it's all on Groot dancing around to the music and the fights going on in the background.
Mm-hmm. Although
it's... I like that the characters still interact with Groot as he's going around, like Gamora's line and Drax's. Yeah,
where Drax is like looking at him, Groot stops dancing.
Yeah.
Like he's freezing in place like in the end of the last movie, and then Groot starts to dance, but Drax is still looking at him. He's like, oh, okay. But yeah, overall the music was good. The main problem I had with it was when they do... what is it? It's I don't remember the song name. The song from the trailer that they play when Star-Lord is about to fight the bad guy of the movie. They don't play the whole song. They just play the intro, and then they transition right into like orchestral music.
Yeah. That was a little sad. I
would have liked to have seen that song play more, because I like the sound of that song, even though I really don't know any of the songs in this movie.
Yeah, which is the big problem I have with this. It's not a huge problem. The soundtrack's great. I know some of the songs, but a lot of them are before us.
Well, yeah, they all are pretty much.
Yeah, but they're not.
But the ones from the first movie were more recognizable.
Yeah, these ones not so much, in my opinion.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, like I said, they're still great, but I mean, maybe after I eventually buy the soundtrack and I listen to them over and over,
there is, in my opinion, no hooked on a feeling.
No, there's no, like I honestly can't. I can't remember really aside from the main song from the trailers that I don't know the name of. I don't know really. I can't remember any of the songs.
Yeah,
but that's just because I don't know a lot of music from back when my mom was still like
70s.
40.
Yeah, 70s or something.
I'm making an old person joke, Mom. Suck it. Visuals all good. The intro cinematic we'll come back to right now. It looks like, I think you described it best, it literally looks like you're just watching a bunch of graphics going on screen.
Yes.
Because of the framing, and it looks honestly like what they did, and maybe it's because we saw it in 2D and not 3D.
No, maybe it was.
Maybe because everything behind Groot looks like it's on a totally different plane than Groot dancing around. So it looks weird in 2D. Maybe in 3D that would look better. Like, maybe Groot's supposed to be in the forefront, like, in your face.
In your face dancing and with all the stuff in the background. I didn't think about that.
Literally just thought about that.
When watching it in 2D, it's like...
It's still fun to watch.
You see Groot dancing, but all the effects in the back just look like graphics.
Yeah, it literally looks like someone is dancing on a stage, and then there's like a background screen.
Yeah.
So, if you've seen the movie in 3D, let us know in the comments. Down there. Let us know if it looked better or looked different, or if we're correct about our theory. Because I'm not going to go see this in 3D, because I hate 3D. And then the other thing was, you can tell in this movie, I think more than the last one, when they're kind of on green screen sets.
Yeah.
Specifically when they go and visit Kurt Russell on his home planet. When they first like go out into the home planet and they're on the little platform, you can really tell it's kind of either green or blue screen, whatever they decided to use for the colors. I would imagine blue screen because Kimura was green. Bing! I mean, we could run through these again. Story. I love the Kurt Russell story, how he's Star-Lord's dad.
Oh, yeah.
But he's... And Being Works, how he's a living planet, but he has to return to the planet every so often, and he goes to all these other worlds and plants this seed, and eventually that seed's just going to erupt and encase the whole universe, and how Star-Lord's got like that cool like cosmic power in him. I was really upset when he loses that power. That was actually a little bit of a sad moment for me. Like, that's so cool!
I mean, it's understandable as, like, wow.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just, it is sad. You wish that he could keep that. Just so.
Kurt Russell's a real jerk in this movie. Oh my god.
But he, alright, for my Trekkies out there, his entire
All three
thing,
of them? Maybe one?
Yeah.
I mean, I like the new movies.
Kurt Russell's character kind of has a Borg mentality, where it's just like, gotta make everything like me. And so he just tries to take over all the planets with his seed. And he spreads a lot of seed.
The only thing that bothers me is, apparently timeline-wise in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this takes place 3 months after Guardians of the Galaxy, but before Avengers 2.
Yeah, before Ultron, yeah.
Why is there no mention
of a giant thing
encasing the Earth, because that's one of the planets that gets corrupted. But that's just a side thing. Clearly they had no idea that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll address it on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I'm never going to watch that.
Yeah, because who does that?
Yeah. Agent Carter already got canceled, so.
Oh.
Wait, it got canceled a while ago. I thought it was really crazy how, just offhandedly, like, he's starting to, like, corrupt Peter Quill. Yeah. And he's like, oh, it's all ours, we're immortal, this, that, and the other thing. I couldn't return to Earth, like, a 4th time, or else I never would have left, because I really loved your mom, and that's why I put a tumor in her head. And I was like, oh my god,
yeah.
Kurt Russell, you jerk. Yondu dying. That was sad. And then they put him out in such a good way.
Yeah. His last line, though, could have been delivered.
I'm your papa or something?
Yeah, he's like, he may have been your father, boy, but he ain't your dad. And I was just like...
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, it was a little...
It was forced.
I love Michael Rooker so much. He's great.
Can't wait for his uncle, Daryl.
That would be so funny if they did that.
Yeah.
That would be great. Marvel, do that, please. Who cares if the movie's going to be bad? Your cinematic universe is done in 2 movies anyway.
And then restart.
They probably will restart. I would imagine so. They will probably use the Infinity Gauntlet to basically restart reality. And so they'll recast all the characters. I'd rather they just kill people off. That'd be cool, too.
Yeah.
What other spoilers
The
would
only
there be?
thing I wanted to say about the reason Yondu gets mutinied is because he gets exiled by the Ravagers. Alright? For basically... Yes?
How'd you like Guardians of the Galaxy?
So the whole thing with... you're not even looking.
I looked once. I'm not looking again.
Alright. Everyone gets one. Okay. Let's try this again. So one thing is Yondu gets mutinied against his crew because he was exiled by the Ravagers. All right?
There's like 100 factions of them. I didn't realize.
And
I thought he was like it.
Yeah.
I thought they were like a bounty hunter crew where they're just like, oh, we're the Ravagers. Kind of like Peter Quill's like, I'm Star-Lord.
Yeah. No. There's a whole different groups of Ravagers, and they're just one. He gets mutinied because he gets exiled by Sylvester Stallone. All right.
The exile.
And
that was terrible.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that's good enough.
And so, cut that out. She knows. He gets exiled because of trafficking children, and you're just like,
what? which we knew about in the first movie. He picks up Peter
Quill.
Quill
He picks up Peter Quill
to bring him to Ego, and then for some reason he didn't do it. They never really explain why.
Yeah, never explain. Oh, but they do in this one.
Yeah, I do like how he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna. He basically says I'm not gonna do it anymore. Once he finds out that Kurt Russell's character Ego is basically going around impregnating different alien races, and Yondu was well compensated for apparently. Brings all these alien children back. He keeps Peter Quill because he realizes what's going on, and that is,
if the children do not carry the light,
the celestial power,
he murders them. or something.
Yeah, he basically kills him.
Yeah, or starves him. I don't know. We don't know.
You just see a mass grave underneath the Ego planet.
Like Paris.
Clearly,
Style.
yes. I didn't see that movie. Was it good? Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
No.
No, that's just an actual
As above,
thing.
so below. Well, yeah, I know it's a real
That's
thing.
just an actual thing.
Yeah, but it's an actual movie. Yeah, and then we've seen in the first movie, Peter Quill clearly has that ability because he's able to hold on to the Infinity Stone, which is why Ego did not go after him sooner. Like, he found out, he's like, oh, I hear Star-Lord's like roaming the galaxy and he can hold an Infinity Stone without dying, and he's from Earth. And he's like, that's my boy.
That's my boy.
I thought they do a de-aging with Kurt Russell, which is cool. They show a scene of that.
And it's not bad.
That's because they mixed makeup and computer graphics, and I think they had like a double or something like that
Yeah.
in the credits, but
Yeah, I'm sure Kurt Russell has a son, maybe.
yeah, who knows? The post-credit scenes, there's 5 of them. There's an extension of the scene with Stan Lee where he's talking to these characters called the Watchers, who are basically these people that station themselves in different parts of the galaxy and just record what's going on in their respective like quadrant or whatever. That leads to a theory that a lot of people have had where Stan Lee is literally playing this Watcher character in every Marvel movie, which is why he's the same in every Marvel movie and he looks the same. It's basically he's just the same guy, so they're kind of...
But didn't he play Hugh Hefner in the first Iron Man?
Yeah. Well, maybe he's Hugh Hefner.
Maybe he is Hugh
Yeah.
Hefner. Stanley.
But, yeah, basically everything's connected, which is really cool. So, yeah, like I was saying, the Sony movies, the Fox movies, older Marvel movies that weren't technically MCU but still had Stan Lee in them, they're all sort of connected.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. One that I was really I thought they were going to save this for the next movie, and I'm kind of glad they didn't because I think that would be super crappy.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a really crappy character. I was like, man, they've done Baby Groot and Adult Groot. Wouldn't it be cool if they did Teenage Groot? And then there's a scene with Teenage Groot playing a video game, arguing with Peter Quill like he's his dad.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm Groot. I'm tripping over all your stuff. I'm not boring.
Yeah, I'm Groot. And he mocks him. Oh, God.
There's a scene where, I think his name's Kraglin, who's played by, the director, James Gunn's brother, Sean Gunn. He's like Yondu's second in command.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually part of the reason why they mutiny. He puts on Yondu's, fin.
Finn that controls the needle.
Yeah, and he's trying to control the arrow with his whistles, and he whistles it around, and he's like struggling with it, and then it like flies off and just stabs Drax. I think it was like right in the chest, right in the chest, and he's just like he's freaking out. It's the funniest thing. So yeah, Sylvester Stallone rounds up. Oh man, I forget the Asian woman's name, but she's Michelle Yeoh. She's a big she was from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, okay.
So she's in there. Michael Rosenbaum, like I said, plays basically he looks like a crystallized Iceman. Which I don't know the names off the top of my head. But yeah, Stallone, Crystal Ice guy. Ving Rhames is in the movie as one of the Ravager, leaders. Which I thought it was Michael Clark Duncan, so I was like, why are they putting him in here? Because he's dead.
Yeah.
Why do they need this? But it's Ving Rhames. So he rounds them all up, and they are all, with Yondu, former members of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is cool. So I don't know if they're going to bring him back for a future film. I think that'd be pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
If there was something super troubling in the galaxy and they needed, all these former Guardians that...
Well, that or they just need the Ravagers to help them out with Thanos or something.
Which, I mean, they could, because the Ravagers are... I mean, the only jerk Ravagers were Yondu's.
Yeah.
Yes, alright, so the last one is the actual setup for what will be the third movie, and the Gold aliens, they have apparently been working on Adam Warlock, which is, I don't really know the character, per se, but I know there was supposed to be an Easter egg of him in the first movie, which is, I guess, now wrong, because he's in a cocoon in the Collector's vault.
Vault of...
But then,
shit.
Yeah. But now it turns out the Gold people are actually working on him, so they're changing that up, I believe, from the normal story. Side note, did you know the Collector is actually one of the Celestials like Ego?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And I think there's a third Celestial we've already seen as well from the comics. But even still, they're not really Celestials, I believe. And also go in the comments and correct me on this. The Celestials, I believe, are these giant beings, and nowhere is actually one of the Celestials' heads from the first movie.
That'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm. What else we got to talk about?
Howard the Duck makes another appearance.
Voiced by Seth Green. Howard the Duck is a really disgusting character.
Yeah.
Have you seen his original movie?
No, and
I've never seen it. I just know what it is.
Yeah, I know what it is.
He's like a perverted duck alien trying to have sex with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so no more spoilers. Poof. It's gone. Guardians of the Galaxy for Eric gets...
A solid 8.
8. For me, I think I will give it a 9 out of 10.
9?
Yeah. I honestly really liked a lot of parts of the movie, especially the building of the relationships between the characters. I thought they were really good. I liked most of the visuals. There were just some of those things that were a little off. I really liked Groot's dancing segment in the beginning. The opening sequence was fantastic. Even though it was visually
I
off.
it as much as everyone else. Because Baby Groot's awesome, but it was a really long intro.
It was pretty long. All of that.
Yeah.
I keep trying to reach over for my lemonade, and it's farther than I desire. So anyway, I will leave an affiliate link down below. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, there will be a link there for the first movie on Blu-ray. Let me think. I haven't done a review in so long. I forget what I have to do.
Follow me on Twitter. YouTube,
do I say that?
Subscribe.
Oh.
Anything.
If you're new to the channel, definitely go down and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the videos that I put out. I'm going to try and put out more than just movie reviews, such as some game videos and maybe a Let's Play with a certain little boy. If you're a returning internet best buddy, thanks for coming back and giving me something to do with my life, because I'm bored. I guess that's a good way to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are still, like, new for me. I've only done the one with Amanda where it was discussion.
Yeah.
And it was Beauty and the Beast, but it did surprisingly well. I think it's almost at, like, 80 views.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a small fry YouTuber. Definitely like the video and share it with a friend if you think the video deserves it.
Just smash that subscribe button.
Yeah,
Just obliterate
smash it.
Just hit that so hard.
Smash it like Peter Quill wants to smash Gamora. Is that appropriate?
Probably not.
I mean, for this movie, they make a lot of penis.
unspoken.
They make penis jokes.
It's unspoken. They do.
I forget what else I usually do.
You thank them for watching. You say like and subscribe. Share the video with friends.
Did the like and subscribe. Did share the video with them.
You said where you're
All right.
trying to, and then you say.
Well, I mean, I don't do that. I don't do that on these ones. Just on the ones that we do.
Oh, okay.
Because those are podcasts. Even though they're on the YouTube channel. Whatever. So, thanks again for Eric for joining me for this one.
My pleasure.
Maybe when I get my own place, we can do more of these.
Ooh.
Maybe. Thanks again for watching, everybody. See ya. Bye.
I want to stop it. You got like
Trash
4 minutes.
Panda.
You're a trash.